Hi, my name is Jared, and I'm a Canadian born and raised. I was born in Victoria, British Columbia, and that's where I stay now. Um, and I just wanted to kind of clear the air about some positions that I hold regarding some of our beautiful Canadian citizens. Um, I think that there's a lot of hatred and prejudice towards people of Indian background, particularly, and I don't understand it. But I've never understood stuff like that. Not really. Like most of my life, I've kind of been fascinated by other cultures and wanted to learn and continue to learn about the people and places that make this whole unique country and civilization so varied and so beautiful, really. So basically what I want to say is, like, I know this is anecdotal and I know it sounds kind of like simplistic, but um essentially I've worked with, I've spoken with, and I've had a lot of connections with people of the Sikh faith and of Punjabi background and stuff. I love the music, even though obviously, not obviously, but I can't speak Punjabi, but the music. I'm a musician, by the way. If you don't know that already, you can check out my music on my channel. I make wide, varied, interesting, and eclectic beats. And I always enjoy hearing songs from around the world, songs that I've never heard before. When I was a kid, I started listening to um, this one CD that my mom had. It's called Inti Illimani, and it's a group from Chile, and it's some folk music. There's also John Williams, not the Star Wars composer, but the guitarist, and Paco Pina on it. And it's just this amazing album that I'd put on and immerse myself in the sounds of, like, South America, and it just always took me places. And ever since then, I've always wanted to make music that takes people places and immerses them in their mind and in their imagination. So, anyways, I digress. Um, I want to be able to be someone as being Irish, Caucasian, background and ethnicity. Obviously, you can see that. Um, that I condone anything that is remotely prejudice or hatred towards really anyone. But right now, I'm just kind of speaking specifically about Indian Punjabi people, which make up a good vast chunk of the Canadian population, and I'm sure that's soon to grow. Um, you know, Canada is not as prosperous as people may think when they get the propaganda from the government to make them think that this place will make them a lot more wealthy financially than they end up being when they get here. And racism. It's not one of those things that is talked about a lot in Canada, but it is kind of pervasive. It is everywhere, especially in rural communities. And that's not to say that all rural communities are bad, but it is definitely a factor. So yeah, there's obviously a lot of issues in Canada, but I don't think it's good to blame people who are just, in good faith trying to make a good life for them and their family, right? Most of these people, like I said, I've had wonderful communications with. I've worked with them, and it's like anyone, really. It's good to have a sense of, not leniency or tolerance, but acceptance, fully acceptance, and maybe a curiosity about someone's culture and background and faith. One thing I love about Sikh culture and faith is that they're very accepting of other people's beliefs. And one thing from the very beginning, they've been very equal about equal rights between men and women, and they have this warrior spirit that has allowed them to thrive throughout the centuries. They follow gurus that speak just absolute amazing pieces of wisdom, drawing from, I'd imagine, from Buddhism and Hinduism and stuff like that, to make an amalgamation of beautiful philosophies. And I think it's one of the untapped resources. If you were to watch a guru speaking in English or whatever, or with subtitles, I mean, it's worth it because, and I've been looking into other faiths as well. I'm agnostic, spiritual to some degree. Like, I have my own kind of interesting, creative way of coming up with my own version of spirituality. Um, but yeah, it's very interesting to go into different cultures. There was a rabbi, a Jewish rabbi that I was watching. I think his name's Simone. He has a channel on YouTube where he has talks. Like sometimes I feel like it's good to watch even like Catholic or Christian content, depending on what it is. If it's genuinely objective life advice, I'm down for it. And it's good to have morals. It's good to have values. And one of those biggest values I think that we miss is our community and the ability to reach out and not be isolationist or xenophobic. Going back to like the easiest thing for me to connect with is the music. And yeah, I used to be ignorant. I used to be a lot more ignorant. I used to think that one music was more superior or this or that. But being elitist about music is not going to get you anywhere. If you're like me and you create music and you create it on a regular basis, you'll understand that you have to tap into as much wide varieties of creative fodder for you to listen to if you want to sound original, if you want to have a palette, right? It's like if you listen to only a certain amount of songs or genres or whatever and keep on going back to the same thing, it basically the palette of colors that you'll get to pick from is somewhat limited. Maybe you're missing one of those prime colors, those yellow, blue, and red. Maybe you're missing one of those colors like blue or something like that, and it's hard for you to really paint a picture that is vivid and varied and diversified. So it's good to kind of to just tap into all of this beautiful stuff. There's an instrument that I really like in Punjabi music, and it's kind of like a piano accordion thing. It sounds like an accordion, but they play it like they're just madmen on it. They go wild with it. And there's like some really cool hardcore stuff too. Like I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, so forgive me, but Sidhu Moosewala, this guy is amazing. Like gangster rap, it's so badass. And I love it that it's it's this amazing kind of trap or drill or whatever you want to call it. It's gangster rap, and it's really cool because it's got that Indian flair to it, and his voice, like the talent and skill that goes into his singing is just. I'm not sure if he passed away or if he's still alive, and there are people releasing his stuff posthumously, but yeah, no, fucking epic. And I don't. Sometimes I like to piss off haters. Like, I was driving in my car once and I was playing his music loud, and someone like yelled at me on the street, and I don't care, because it's like I'm here to make myself enjoy life. And I feel like if you're secluding yourself away from other cultures and people, and you're not allowing them to be able to you're not sharing with them your culture, and you're not allowing them to share their culture with you, you're just missing out on a good time. You know what I mean? You're missing out on a good time. And and just think about that. Do you want to go through life, bitter, resentful, and or do you want to be optimistic, And I don't mean like neglect all of the issues that are going on in life, but a good healthy dose of optimism keeps the doctor away. Or maybe the doctor's not so bad. Maybe they can cure you of your ailments. I don't know. Anyways, we're in Canada. We have pretty good healthcare. I mean, that's debatable, but it's better than nothing. And I think we got to keep on going on. I'm in a good position in my life, and I just have to be grateful for every second that I'm alive. Okay. That's my thoughts. Midnight Bandit. Check out my music. and like and subscribe if you like my little rants. Have a wonderful day and be kind to each other. Bye-bye.